Hi guys, Ativ here. And in this video, I'll be talking about my NFL Week 7 predictions with UEP. So, hi UEP.
What's up, Ativ? Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, let's get started. We have our Thursday night matchup, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. And just when I thought Thursday night football could not get worse, well, although to be fair, last week's game was hilarious. Or was that 2 weeks ago? The Buccaneers-Bears game was hilarious. But, yeah, Giants-Eagles. I don't know why, but I find myself rooting for the Eagles because it's just so frustrating to be an Eagles fan. They had 1 year, they won the Super Bowl, got cocky. Yeah. But, they are just so injured. It's like they cannot stay healthy for a season. They're just, Carson Wentz is out there getting killed. That offensive line looks horrible. They have no receivers. And they're in a horrible division, so I guess that kind of somewhat makes up for it. But this team is just, they barely any options left. So I think that the Giants are going to be, first of all, this went as good as possible for the Eagles. They played well against Baltimore. They somehow made the game close. They almost won. They almost had to come back at the end. The Giants are going to be really happy they got their first dub of the season. It was against a horrible team against Washington, but still the Giants. I think they're good. Like the Eagles are already the better team, but them coming off a nitty gritty loss and the Giants just being kind of cocky right now. I think the Eagles are going to take this game. They're at home. Doug Peterson is undefeated on Thursday Night Football. He's 5-0, and I think the Eagles are going to take this game.
Yeah, so honestly, the Eagles, they scored 22 points in the fourth quarter. And I mean, they're going to be proud of themselves, but at the same time, they're going to be really frustrated coming off that loss to the Ravens. And the Giants are going to have a lot of confidence going into this one. But I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. As you said, the Eagles really don't have much to work with right now. But the Giants, they have even less. I mean, their defense and offense is trash. Devontae Freeman he's had one good game, but I guess he's still getting used to their playbook. But the Eagles, they have more team chemistry at this point, and I'd have to go with the Eagles winning.
Alright, moving
on. Okay, so this is another rivalry matchup, Panthers at Saints, and Michael Thomas is going to be back for the Saints, but I think CMC is going to be back for the Panthers as well. So both of the team's best players being back, but I'm going to have to go with the Saints. I mean, they just came off a bye week, so they're going to feel fresh. And if they really want to get into playoff contention, then they're going to have to start winning some games. And it's time that they should start winning games. And I think that they will versus the Panthers. The Panthers, they came off of a loss last week versus the Bears, and I don't see the Panthers winning. They might be able to make it close. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, he's been playing pretty good. And Mike Davis had a bad week as well, so although I don't think he's going to play, but I think that this will be a good game to watch, but I'm going to have to go with the Saints here.
I'm looking forward to this game. I'll be a Panthers fan because, first of all, CMC is on 3 of my fantasy teams, so fingers crossed that he comes in and does great. But, I really like this team. I think they're a well-coached team. In fact, coming into the season, I read an article saying that Matt Rule was the worst coach in the NFL. And I was like, bro, have you ever heard of Adam Gase? So, clearly that hasn't worked out well for him. And Matt Rule is really, his scheme has looked pretty good. The Panthers don't have a ton to work. I mean, they're not horrible. They have a decent roster, but they're definitely overachieving. They're 3-3 at a time when most people thought they'd be, 1-5, 2-4. And they've won a lot of games. They beat a very good team, the Arizona Cardinals. They also beat the Atlanta Falcons, who just beat up the Minnesota Vikings, and then they also who'd they beat other than Atlanta and
Arizona.
Atlanta and Arizona. Who else? Whatever. They are 3-3 that they're putting together, and again, we have a 7-team. There are 7 teams that are going to make the playoffs this year from the NFC. That really helps everyone basically. And the Panthers are going to be a 9-7, maybe 10-6, maybe 8-8 team. And I think that they, as of right now, are in a good position. That being said, the Saints are getting Michael Thomas back. I think he's going to be kind of, a determined. He kind of got embarrassed last week by punching CJ something, or I don't remember his name, but I think the Saints, I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but the Saints are at home, and I think they're going to take this game by probably a touchdown, maybe a little more. I'm not going to talk about this game. The Buffalo Bills are really angry now. They just played, I think, because I think that there are four really good teams in the UFC. We have the Chiefs, five actually. The Chiefs, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Bills, and the Titans. The Bills just played the Chiefs and the Titans, and they lost both. They got destroyed by Tennessee, and against Kansas City, they played okay, but yeah. But they're going to be coming off two straight losses to two good teams. They're really mad right now. Josh Allen has not looked good these past few weeks, or at least not as good as he looked in the first four. They get a free win against the Jets. Beat up on on your best friend's first grade brother.
Yeah, like, this is the second time they're playing the Jets. They did let up a touchdown from Jamison Crowder, who had a pretty good game. And, I mean, there's really not much to be said. The Bills are gonna win. By the way, this is another rivalry game, so there's quite a few rivalry games this week.
Yep. I'm actually gonna watch that game because my dad's a Bills fan. 10 a.m. because my Seahawks play 3 hours later. So I'll be watching that game, and I want to see the Bills beat up on the Jets.
Yeah.
All right, another divisional matchup.
This is the second time they've played as well. Thursday Night Football. That run game was killing it, but they don't have the run game. Although I do think that the Browns will win this one. Baker, he's gonna be really mad after he got benched with his horrible performance, and he knows it was a horrible performance, right? I mean, everyone's talking about OBJ being traded. I doubt that's gonna happen, and he's just gonna show the world why.
They're not gonna trade OBJ.
Yeah, like, he's just gonna show the world why they're not gonna trade OBJ. I feel like with a really big game. They don't have Nick Chubb, but they still have Kareem Hunt. There's not that much to be said. Like, Joe Burrow, he's a really good leader, especially for his age. Very mature guy. I think Joe Mixon might be injured, but I'm not sure. But I think that the Browns will win this one.
Yeah, the Browns are the better team on paper. I like as much as I like to laugh at the Bungles bungling everything away, like that 21-point lead. Feel bad for Joe Burrow. He's a solid quarterback. Joe Mixon is also pretty good, but they're trying to get him killed behind that awful offensive line. But if they blow a 21-point lead, they're going to be angry. I mean, they're probably regretting all their life decisions right now. Quoting Tom Grossi, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you also watched that video. But
I haven't. I just started watching him very recently. So.
All right. Well, anyways, going back to this matchup, Browns are a better team. I think that they're going to win this game again. They had a bad performance last week, and they're going to avenge that performance. Browns are going to go to 5-2. Oh my gosh! I mixed gosh and goodness.
Another rivalry, bro.
Well, we have a horrible game. Neither of these, the Washington football team is just plain awful. The Dallas Cowboys, I like Andy Dalton, but this team cannot stop underachieving. If Bill Belichick coached this team, they'd be 16-0. They'd be 16-0. I don't care who the quarterback.
That's straight up facts.
And if Pete Carroll or Sean McDermott or Kyle Shanahan, even though he is a choker, or Frank Reich, they'd be the 13-win team. But no, Mike McCarthy, I know he got carried by Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, but is he really this bad? Anyways, I want the football team to win this game, but the Cowboys are just too talented. They're really angry right now. Andy Dalton gets his first win in Dallas.
Yeah, Zeke had a really bad game. I mean, and we all know what happens when he gets angry. Not much to be said. Cowboys should win if they.
I hope that wasn't an intentional pun, but
Oh man.
I think back to the 2017 suspension.
Oh no! I mean, he's got an insane season with 98 yards per game in that season. But I mean, let's all be real here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys lost, honestly, and I really hope they do. I think that mostly everyone is rooting for the Cowboys to lose, but these are two really hated teams. But, I mean, at the end of the day, the Cowboys should win this game.
I also don't like Washington because of Dan Schneider, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, Packers, Texans. The Texans just have a brutal schedule.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the Texans. I mean, I really like the Titans and Derrick Henry, but they deserve to win. Deshaun Watson, he had a really good outing. And Aaron Rodgers, yikes, he did not look good. And, I mean, that team in general just didn't look good. Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, they weren't really doing much, and they came off a bye week and they did not play like they practiced. I mean, Aaron Rodgers did say that he had a bad week in practice, apparently, so maybe that has to do with it. But I think that the Texans, despite them probably training extra hard. The Packers, they're just gonna want vengeance and they're gonna take it out on the Texans.
Yeah, the Texans they're banged up. They just don't have the offense to compete. I want the Texans to win because as a Seahawks fan, like the Packers and Seahawks have like one of those rivalries. It's not big, but you just don't like them.
Yeah, like Tom Grassi made that video about why.
It's like it's like Niners versus Cowboys, but to a lesser extent. Now, I want the Packers, and I was laughing because Ativ picked the Packers, I believe, to win against the Bucs.
Yep.
I picked the Bucs, and I'm very happy about that. So going back to this game, I want the Texans to win. I want Deshaun because I don't like to revolve around fantasy, but we have him on a few teams, so hopefully, actually, I want it to be a shootout, and I want the Texans to win. But that's not going to happen. The Packers, they had a horrible performance. They lost by 4 touchdowns, and they got embarrassed. So that being said, I think they're going to win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back, probably throw like 4 touchdowns or something. To any of you urinating tree fans, this is a tank bowl. Lions, Falcons. The Falcons have such a better this team is just they won their first game. They finally played up to their potential, but I want the Lions to win just because I root for them. I don't know why I do. I just like Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones and Matt Stafford. So yeah, but I like the Lions. I think they're going to win this game and they're going to go to 3-3. This team could be 5-1, could be 4-2, but they have to be 3-3 because they're the Lions. But 2 choky teams. I think that the Lions are the Falcons' defense will not be able to handle the Lions' offense, and I think the Falcons just aren't good enough to beat a more disciplined team than the Lions.
Yeah, you're right, but at the same time, I feel like the Falcons are finally going to start getting into their groove. They finally fired basically everyone that they need to. Julio Jones came back and he had a monster performance. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones both looked really good. And, Calvin Ridley, he had 61 yards and a touchdown, so that's decent, but not how good he's been playing this season. And, Matt Ryan had a really good game. Their defense, they held Minnesota to, I believe, 23 points, but that's still a lot despite them getting 40. And, it's Minnesota, and they need to fire Mike Zimmer right now. But I'm going to have to go with the Falcons winning. I feel like they're finally going to start getting into their groove.
I don't trust this team. Every time we say that, they choke it away. You cannot trust this team.
Okay, so the Steelers at the Titans. This is either going to be a really good game or a really bad game because so far, the Ravens game with the Chiefs, terrible game, and the Buccaneers and Packers, terrible game. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen to this game. But if it does, I'd have to put my money on the Steelers winning. The Steelers are playing very good football right now. These are 2 undefeated teams, but Ryan Tannehill is playing like a top 5 quarterback. And Ben Roethlisberger, he really, his numbers aren't great, but his numbers don't need to be great when that team's doing that much. And I think that the Steelers will win this one, but I'm really hoping for this to be a really close game.
Yeah, me too. I don't really care if they're not. I don't hate these teams, but I beg to differ. I think it's going to be the Tennessee Titans. So, I think Ryan Tannehill, Tennessee versus Pittsburgh. I think the Titans, Ryan Tannehill, I was the doubter of him from the start. I said, okay, well, he's one of those quarterbacks. He has kind of like Case Keenum. He's a mediocre quarterback who does well in one season, gets paid, and does horrible. So far, it looks like I was wrong. And I think, I'm on Titans bandwagon. I think that they might actually represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. Their defense is playing out of their minds right now. Again, not out of their minds, but they're playing well enough to be 4-0. That offense is, doing everything they need to do. They've been able to score. They scored 42 points on an elite Buffalo defense. So yeah, but I think the Steelers are gonna. It'll be a very close game. I hope it is at least. But I think the Steelers are just, as of right now, just a little bit worse than the Tennessee Titans. And the Titans are at home, so if that counts for anything, Titans win. It'll be 31-27. Whatever. All right, I hate to do this, and I'm just gonna do this for the pure sake of insurance, because I think my gut tells me the Seahawks are gonna win. They're better coached. They're a better team overall. The Cardinals, I think they're a little bit overrated. And I think the Seahawks are going to win for a plethora of reasons. First of all, the Cardinals are coming off a Monday Night Football win. They're going to be cocky. Seahawks also.
Cocky is the Seahawks' middle name.
They're they're coming off their bye week. I think Jamal Adams might be back, hopefully. If he is, that'll be great. He hasn't played, I think, the last 2 weeks. So, hopefully he'll be back. But, that being said, I'll go with the insurance. I'll go with the Cardinals. Because if the Cardinals get killed by the Seahawks, which the Seahawks crap on the other birds, you know what? That'll be good. If not, I'll at least be able to say, you know what, we took 1 L, and I picked the Cardinals to win, so I was right. But I just want to quickly say, announce. You know, it feels weird, but I actually rooted for the Niners on Sunday Night Football against the Rams because the Rams are more of a threat. Like, the Niners are just...
Oh, no. Watch the Niners sweep, y'all.
This team cannot stay healthy. Let me just tell you.
Just because we're injured, that doesn't mean...
Team,
oh,
okay,
blah, blah. Say the Niners are bad.
We're 5-0. Our whole defense is injured. We're, Marquise Blair, Quandre Diggs got ejected from that game. Jamal Adams, Bruce Irvin.
Well, yeah, but when your defense is underachieving so badly, then it's just... oh, boy.
Okay, now. So, So Ativ's a little angry because the Niners are, 2-3. And I think he should be used to that because they have been sucking for, since 2014. So, as I was saying,
we have not. In 2019, we played amazing.
And I think that the Niners, they're not going to win this division. This is either 90% Seahawks, 10% Rams, maybe 1% Cardinals.
Hey, that's so cap.
No. But I think the Niners should be rooting for the Seahawks. They can say, you know what, Seahawks, we surrender. You can have the division.
Ain't no way I'm ever going to root for the Seahawks. Bye.
Okay, but I think you should be rooting for the Seahawks because you're going to be competing for the Cardinals with the wild card spot, buddy. So, Niners has wanting to do, but Cardinals, I'll go with the insurance here. And I know Ativ's going to be salty and pick the Cardinals.
I'm going to pick the Cardinals. And let's all be real here. D-Hop, best receiver in the league right now. Although DK Metcalf is playing the best deep threat receiver in the league and a top 5 receiver in the league, these are 2 really good receivers playing against each other. I mean, Kenyon Drake keeps on getting touchdowns. Kyler Murray, he isn't playing like the MVP candidate we thought he was, but he's playing definitely above average. And I mean, Chandler Jones, I'm pretty sure he's injured, and I feel bad for the guy, but Buda Baker, huh?
I read somewhere he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's right. I think I got an ESPN report, but Buda Baker got his first career interception against the Cowboys. And I mean, Buda Baker, he got paid his money. He's been having a pretty solid season this season. Hopefully he can do some damage and go Cards.
You don't understand the circumstances. You should just wave the white flag and go for the wild card. Okay, we got another divisional. These are all divisional.
Bro, how many rivalries? Not much to be said. Chiefs should win. I mean, the Broncos, they're the Broncos right now. I mean, boy, oh boy, is that team a hot garbage can right now. And I mean, Philip Lindsay had a decent game after his injury, but other than that, what is going for the Broncos?
Well, they just beat the Deflatriots and the Cheatriots.
With 6 field goals.
They did it without scoring a touchdown. So, the NFL cried tears of joy. The Broncos somehow beat the Cheatriots. Okay, moving on. The Chiefs are going to win this game. I don't care that it's in Denver. I don't care that the Broncos just beat the Patriots. I don't care that the Chiefs only beat the Bills by 9 points, which is still decent because the Bills are a good team. Chiefs are taking this game. The Chargers are so frustrating. They could be the best team in the league. They have to choke they blew 2 straight 17-point leads. They're like the Falcons of the AFC. And they're going to win this game. They're probably going to choke it away because they choke everything away because they're the Chargers and they will keep charging into the eternally. But they're at home. They're just a better team. The Minshew mania is dead. I'm sorry, but I don't like Gardner Minshew. He's overrated.
I still like Gardner Minshew, but honestly, at this point, the Chargers should win. But if they pull off a Philip Rivers and lose to the Jaguars, boy, oh boy. I like Justin Herbert a lot, though, don't get me wrong. And I really hope that they... I mean, I will say Josh Allen is a likable player as well, but I do like Justin Herbert a lot. He's looking like a young stud, and I think that they will definitely win. Despite Keenan Allen getting injured in that last game, I don't think he'll get injured. Niner Nation, stand up. Yes, sir. We are gonna kill the Deflatriots. Bill Belichick always gonna talk about the Niners saying they're the best team in the league. Our defense is still insane despite all the injuries. Like, that's when you know that, Robert.
So insane that they allowed. Wait, how many points did you allow the Eagles to score? 25. How many points did you allow?
At least Robert Saleh is still the best defensive coordinator in the league. Bro, he's doing so much with such little. And I mean, no one expected the Niners defense to be that good last season. Like, just look at their players on paper.
Back to last season, but I hate to inform you of this, but we're this season.
Oh well, we're still gonna play insane. We're gonna beat the Patriots, the Cheaters, the Deflators, whatever you wanna call them. Get out.
I don't know if I want to win this game because I like the Bills a lot and they're in the Patriots division and the Patriots are the only real threat, although Miami's playing okay, but...
How can you not like the Niners? Like, go Niners.
Generally, I don't like teams that are hot trash, but, you know.
So you don't like the Patriots, probably.
Okay.
Or the Seahawks.
We agree. Well, I think that the Seahawks are on fire right now in a good way, but the Cardinals, the 49ers and the Patriots... I'm going to go on a limb and pick the Pats.
Oh, no, that hurt my heart.
Belichick, he does not lose to him. They're going to be, like, Bill Belichick probably did not sleep the 2 nights after losing to the Denver Broncos at home, getting embarrassed in front of the whole world. But, you know, I think that the Pats are going to win this game. Belichick's going to be, like, angry Bill Belichick. I don't want to imagine that.
Niners can handle it.
That we got our matchup with the Patriots over with after they coming off a win. So, you know, but that being said, I really think that the Niners are going to lose this game. They're going to be you know, really happy because you know, like, baby steps. They got
Nonsense. We don't need baby steps. We need big steps because we don't even need any steps because we're already at the top. You can't be better than the Niners. Like, it's just straight up facts.
If being below average is at the top, the Niners are great at it. But
no, if being insane is at the top, then the Niners are good.
Come back next week. Dude, I'm telling you, Patriots are going to win this game.
No. This is a terrible Sunday night game.
It's not terrible. The Raiders are... they just beat the Chiefs.
I hate both of these teams, honestly. Like...
Buccaneers. That's all I have to say. I don't feel like talking about this game. I don't want to bet in this game because I don't like to underestimate the Raiders. Like, I just don't like to pick against the Raiders, like, unless they're absolutely horrible. This year they're playing like a 9-17. Stop the spam, please, people. All right.
Oh man, I hate both of these teams. But I'm gonna have to go with the Buccaneers. I mean, Gronk. I don't want to like jump the gun, but a lot of people are saying that he's getting back toward Gronk. I mean, he had 78 yards and a touchdown. Brady and Gronk, that duo might be resurrected. And huh?
No way. I don't believe in that. But keep going.
And Ronald Jones is playing out of his mind, so they better keep him starting instead of Leonard Fournette. I mean, Mike... Yeah, he did get injured, but at this point, Ronald Jones is better than Leonard Fournette, I have to say. I mean, Mike Evans isn't getting any targets, which is kind of annoying.
It's also bad for my fantasy team.
Same with me. Like, he's doing nothing. Chris Godwin, I mean, he got 7 receptions, I believe, but he didn't get that many yards. But, bro, Brady can do so much better with his weapons. I don't know why. Their run game was really good versus the Packers, I will say, but Brady can throw for 400 yards per game, I feel like, if he wanted to, with those weapons, but he just isn't deciding to. Then again, like...
He doesn't need to, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to our Monday night game. This is a good game.
I'm done doubting the Bears. I'm going with the Bears. Their defense is still playing elite. Nick Foles, I mean, he's playing a bit above average, but, like, he's doing what he needs to get the job done. He doesn't need to do anything insane. Allen Robinson, he's playing pretty well. Jimmy Graham's getting a lot of touchdowns. And, I mean, their offense, on paper, they're definitely overachieving, I'd have to say. Their defense is still amazing. I hope that the Rams lose, honestly, as well. So,
we all.
Yeah.
I really hate to do this, but I got the Rams winning.
Really?
They're at home. They're coming off a Sunday night loss to the Niners, which, you know, like losing to the Niners is just that's just humiliating.
That's just normal because it always happens.
Okay, now. drink the Kool-Aid. Rams, they're a good team, and I hate to say this, but they're a good team. Now, they're good at, kind of falling apart towards the end of the season. And they're going to finish second in the Seahawks division. And no, it's not the NFC West.
In the Niners division, you mean?
No, we own this division. But
oh, no.
I agree with Ativ when he says that, we've been waiting for the past weeks for the Bears to come crashing down to earth, but they haven't. They're 5-1. They beat some good teams. They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Carolina. And this will be another statement. Like Bears fans must be so frustrated. Like, how many statement wins we need to have?
Yeah, this is gonna be the real test, though. I feel like.
I think that they're already legit. I think this is definitely a 10-6 team at least.
I think maybe even 11-5 at this point.
Yeah, at least 10 wins. At worst case scenario, 9. But whatever.
Yeah.
But at this point, right now, I think the Rams are the better football team. Even though they have a worse record, I think the Rams are going to win this game. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks to Ativ for having me on the show. I really like it. Hopefully I'll be back next week.
Yeah, well, we're going to do this weekly for sure.
So I would do Ativ, this man put so much time into his content. I mean, he has a nice amount of subs, but, come on.
Thank you.
We got to get him to 100. If he gets to 100 by the end of the, season, I will say go Niners.
UEP's link is in the description, by the way. Shout out to him for getting 2K subs.
On my political channel. On my football channel, we have no subs because it doesn't exist. But thanks, Ativ. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.